Hey guys, happy Saturday. I hope you had an amazing week and I hope that you are ready to just sit back, relax, and have some me time this weekend. For those of you that had seen my post yesterday that I put on LinkedIn, yesterday was one of those days for me that was not the greatest. It was grief had kind of snuck in, and sometimes grief has a way of doing that. And I have. Been active a lot lately on and really focusing on my business and really focusing on you and how I could serve you better. And I identified that yesterday I needed some time. And yes, I will admit, most of it was I was just having I was having a moment, a couple moments, several moments where I really missed my dad. And yesterday, it just like the grief just snuck up at different times. I talked about it on my post where, something happened at lunch that did that. And then I heard a specific song and I could visualize my dad dancing to that song where my dad would dance at anything. And he was one of those, like, one of these dancers where he just move his whole body. Hey, how are you doing this morning? From Bangladesh. Nice to have you here. And so I identified that I needed some time to myself and I needed some time to really process what was going on. And I identified that, my boss could clearly see that I was just not in an emotional good state yesterday. When I came back from lunch and I left work a little bit early and, I'm making for that up for that today. And anyways, that doesn't matter. What matters is that we take time for ourselves. And I know I've did a blog on it before, and I know that in the works there is some amazing things in the works. I'm putting together a workbook on overcoming all challenges in our way. And there's a workbook and then there's going to be some teaching on that. So I'm pretty excited about that. That's my pet project I'm working on right now to get out to you guys to help you overcome. Greetings. Thank you so much for joining us, Sherry. And so what I wanted to talk to today is, about self-care. And I am one of those ones that I'm a recovering workaholic, and I used to only get 4 hours sleep at one point, and the rest of the time I was working. And obviously that didn't work out for me because I crashed, I hit a wall, and for 2 years I was completely burnt out and no good to anybody. And then when my dad got cancer 2.5 years ago, I was the first time that my counselor had said, when do you have time for you? What is your self care regimen like? And I was like, what are you talking about? I have a family. I just got engaged. My dad just got diagnosed with cancer. So, hola, Elizabeth, from Chile. Wow, I'm getting all around the country today. Great to have you here. I am so happy to have you here. And so I identified that nowhere in my life was I taking care of me. I was taking care of everybody else, to the process where I was getting burnt out again. And so I decided I was going to be the biggest advocate for self care once I learned about it and once I decided that that was something that I really needed. And so yesterday, in the workbook that I'm putting together, it's absolutely amazing. And in the workbook, I've identified different things that you can do. And I challenge you to, do something that you've never done. When I hit 40 years old, I decided that life should be fun at 40 and not just one of those things that we dread. And growing up the way I grew up, which if you got a copy of my book, The Overcomer Facing Challenges with Faith and Courage, which you can get on Amazon, and I've been talking about for the last 13 days, you will see that the way I grew up, where my parents were ill all the time, so I had stepped in a lot of different areas and just took care of the house and different things like that when my parents couldn't. And so growing up at a very early age to be extremely independent, I obviously did a lot of things that kids nowadays you wouldn't even get to think of. Trying to get them to put water in the fridge is like pulling teeth sometimes. So anyways, with that being said, I decided that self care was definitely going to be part of my life. And so last night, I did something that I had not done in at least 15 years. I don't even remember the last time I stepped into a bingo hall. My mom had messaged me and said that her and my aunt were going to be there. And if I wanted to join them, that would be awesome. So I double checked with the hubby and he was just watching golf anyways. So I decided what better way than, to be with my mom, since, it was a day of thinking about my dad all day. So anyways, I decided that to go bingo, and I hadn't been. And here in Canada, we have been locked down so much that you can't go into different places unless you're with the requirements. And so I really have not been anywhere in 2 years. So it was great to be out in public again and to be around people and to just have some fun out doing something that I normally wouldn't do. And of course, being with my mom and my aunt, like who wouldn't want to do that? So I strongly encourage you to do something this weekend that either you love to do or you love to do, forgot about it, and now you're coming back to it, or something completely brand new. And, Google something. Google is free and it's a toolbar and everybody has it. So just Google different things, see what's out there if you have no idea. Because sometimes we get stuck in a rut. I don't know about you, but I certainly do. I would love to hear from you. If you ever get stuck in a rut, with your self-care program or anything like that, I want to hear from you. Definitely feel free to reach out to me and we can collaborate on that. But I think having fun is important. We're all different, of course. Some people like just having a bath, relaxing, reading a book. What is it that you love to do? I would love to hear from you. And what is it that you're going to do for your self-care this weekend? Would really love to hear from you. And again, thank you for everybody yesterday and their thinking of me and their prayers and sending strength and love, light and love, and got me through yesterday. Today's a better day. Got some sleep last night, so I'm ready to rock and roll and definitely put things together for you, my viewers, my listeners, my amazing people, my amazing friends, to see how I can serve you. So if you're actually listening to this too, if there's any thing that you have, if you've watched my content and there's something different that you'd like to hear, please let me know. I would love to hear from you. And with that, have an amazing weekend. And I hope you can join us Monday night. We were having the lovely and amazing Emily Herman on the show and our roving reporter, Kimberly Genovese. And we are still looking for sponsors for that show too. So if you're a business owner and you would love to get your name out there, we would love to help you with that. So with that, have an amazing day and God bless you.